Hey, it's Armand.
Welcome to All About Now Photography.
Today, we're going to talk to you about fire photography. It's really cool to do, but also it is a little dangerous. So we're going to go into safety tips, how we did it, and why we did it, and we'll show you behind the scenes as always. Let's dive right in. So, the biggest thing for you as a photographer, if you were to do this, is make sure that you get signed waivers from parents, guardians, and the facility that you're on. The way we do it is perfectly safe, but it is fire and accidents can happen. So it never hurts to have a waiver to make sure that you're protecting yourself whenever you do a shoot like this. You also want to make sure you have a fire extinguisher nearby and that you also have some water that they can put their hands in if they feel like their hands are getting too hot, where they can just do a quick dip and then have towels nearby to dry everything off as you go. So the way to do this safely is to get a bowl or bucket, put some water in it, add some soap like this is just normal dish soap, and mix it together. Then you will get butane and disperse it in that soapy water. You want to make sure that the butane is under the soap and water so that when it goes out, it's creating bubbles. You want to then put those bubbles on whatever you're setting on fire, whether it be the balance beam or on the subject's hands. You don't want to have too much soap because the soap will burn and it gets hot. The bubbles will go out instantly and it won't get as hot. So once you've created your substance, you want to let the athlete know what pose they want to be in, ask them where they want the fire to be, whether it's on them or something else. Go ahead and add the bubbles, get your camera set, and once you're ready, count down and have someone else with the lighter light it on fire. So a good idea is always to demonstrate exactly what they're going to expect. So anytime we got a new batch of teams come in, I would always step up, or one of the other photographers, we would go ahead and grab the soapy liquid in our hands and set it on fire.
Ready?
And then if it gets too hot for you, just wave your hand and it'll come right off, okay?
We would go over exactly what it's going to do, how long it's going to burn, and if they feel like it is hot in their hand, they can always just whip their hand like so, and the fire will stop immediately. There you go. Get the bigger bubbles on there instead of the small ones. There you go. Perfect. 3, look at me, don't look at the fire. 3, 2, 1. If they don't feel comfortable, never force them to do it. You can always, instead of putting the fire on them directly, put it on something else, like a basketball or a baseball bat, or in this case, we used the balance beam that they did stunts on for the ones that didn't want the fire on themselves. But why did we do it for this shoot, especially with kids being as young as 7 years old? Well, that's what the client wanted. They really wanted to find a photographer that could do photos with fire. So once we got it all set up, we went to the location. For this instance, we set up a black screen. You don't have to. The client just wanted everything done on a black screen. So we set the black screen up, set up our lightings, and we were good to go. So, along with the fire, we still wanted to make sure that they got really good photos for social media. The pictures with the fires will look good, but we can't do a lot of different poses with it. So we had another setup going with our nanlites. We set up two black screens, put up our nanlites, set up all of our lighting, and added smoke, obviously, to make sure that those lights really popped and we had green color everywhere. Then we just shot away. So we had one other setup. This was our team setup. So the kids first arrived. We did a team photo of their class. They went over to the nanlite setup and we did their pictures on there. And then they came to the fire setup and we did pictures on the fire. Now, with the fire, the one thing that we need to remind the kids is it won't burn them, but it will get very hot. And even with the coaches and us showing them, the kids are still afraid. So just be patient and take your time. Normally, 48 players we could do in about an hour. In this instance, it took us about 3 hours to get through all of the posing and all of the stations just because we wanted to make sure everyone was safe, but they were also having lots of fun. For this, we did a 2-light setup because we didn't want to have too many lights which overpowered the fire, but we wanted to make sure our subjects were properly lit and that there was enough separation between them and the black background. So the way we did that is we just added a light over the black screen acting as a hair light, and then we had one light to the photographer's left side or right, depending on which hand the student wanted the fire in. We would just move it back and forth. That would light them up from the front. So like anything, the kids are always afraid, but after they do it once, they're addicted. The kids kept on coming back and asking for more and more pictures with the fire, which we did. And here are some of our favorites. If you want to know anything else about the fire setups or have any questions or concerns, drop a comment down below. If you want to see more of our pictures, follow us on Instagram. And until next time, have an amazing day.